Take silence as a yes. They can't, I'm just gonna talk to talk. All right, so what we're gonna go through right now are some best practices on hosting events and seminars. Oh, thank you, Stacy. One of the things I want to share with you, I'm going to share my screen right now. What I'm going to be working off of is what's called the, come on. Sometimes on Zoom, the bars get in the way and I'm like, come on, move. There we go. So I'm going to be working out of the seminar playbook. Now you have access to this. If you go to kwlresources.com, kwlresources.com, you click on additional resources and scroll down, you'll see a whole bunch of different playbooks here. And one of them is the event and seminar playbook, which is what we're going to go through. Now, I'm not going to go through this entire thing because this is like a few hour long session and we're doing this in about 30 to 45 minutes. But we will talk about a few best practices. Okay. Best practices on setting it up, marketing to get higher attendance. Best practices on when hosting, how do you ensure you capture information? Now we do have, this is actually perfect timing. What's really funny is we scheduled this months ago for today's date. It just so happened, it is the most perfect timing because does anybody know what we have going on, not this weekend, but next weekend? Has anybody seen any communication around it at all? Yes, Towson Talent Fest. So we ended up, the leadership team, we bought a tent and location to have a Keller Williams table at the Towson Talent Festival, and then created time slots for agents who want to purchase. So you're not paying the thousands of dollars for the tent, all that, we cover all that. You're paying a time slot for, I think it's like a 2-hour time slot per agent. I will tell you, that's actually why I walked out of the room. I wanted to see how many time slots were available. And there's only 4 left. Between 7 and 7, there's only 4 left. So if you do want a time slot to host, to be at that table and be part of that event and capture leads from it, we're going to talk about that. Please, at the front desk today, or an email going out today, a text message is going to go out today as well. Those 4 are probably going to be gone by this afternoon. So if you want it, grab it now. Okay. Any questions on that or you need more information, let me know. So let me ask you, when you think of events and seminars, why do we do them? Why is it important as an agent to have events and seminars throughout your year? Exposure, absolutely. What else?
Marketing, spread your word out.
Spread your word out, more exposure, branding. What's the real purpose we really do events and seminars? Like, what is the absolute, what, to meet people, to lead gen, right? If you do an event and seminar and you never get anybody's name and number, was it a good use of your time?
Yeah.
You spend 2 hours, you never capture anybody's name and number.
Like still spread your word out.
You're still spreading your word out, which is great, absolute branding, right? I guess it depends on the type of seminar, right? But at the end of the day, the best events and seminars. So let's talk about some different events and seminars we can do, right? Let's brainstorm this for a little bit. When you think of seminars, what comes to mind? What type of seminars can we do?
Person seminar, Zoom seminar.
In person, Zoom, absolutely. What are the topics?
Like first time buyer.
Yes, get rid of the word first, you'll have more attendance.
Okay.
Just home buying seminar,
Investing seminar.
investing seminar, building wealth seminar. That's actually even better verbiage,
Yeah.
right? Wealth building seminar. Who doesn't want to go to one of those? Seller seminars. People always talk about home buying seminars. There was an agent who did a home selling seminar. Her attendance was crazy, right? So seminars, you might even have, there's an agent who did a seminar on repair and credit repair seminar. So it's home buying seminar, seller seminar, Wealth building seminar, aka investing. There is credit repair seminars, right? We can probably sit here and if we think about it, think of like 10, 12 other names for seminars, right? Basically what it is you and partnering with a lender and also Tim from Universal Title is amazing to bring to these things. You and somebody getting in front of people to educate them on something. So anything you can think of where you're getting in front of a group of people to educate them is a seminar. Now, what's an event? What would an event be?
Maybe it's like longer duration. Than a seminar,
Longer duration, events are typically
couple of hours.
couple of hours or not longer. Yeah. So what are some events we could do? What do you think? If I say, hey, everybody do an event this year. What are some events we could do?
This is more like.
Networking event.
A networking event?
Yeah, like network.
We could do a networking event. What if we do client appreciation event? What if we do a friends and family event? What if we do I have a friend, she does her and her team do an event once a quarter. So in October every year, she has it planned in October, the first week of every single October, she takes a full day to plan out the 4 events she's doing the next year. Smartest day ever. She sits down for a full day with her team and she plans out 4 events. And one of the events is in October. What's October? Halloween. So every October, one event she hosts is at a farm and they do pumpkin painting and a whole fall festival, she calls it. So it's her fall festival event. Another event she does is always in December. What do you think she has there? She has a holiday event. Now she brings like a Santa Claus, pictures with Santa and all that fun stuff, right? And then she does those are 2 she has every single year, and then the other 2 kind of fluctuate depending on the year and I guess her mood. But when you think about events, that's the thing, right? What are some events, right? Towson Town Festival is an event. Similar. You're showing up for an event. You'll be at a table for 2 hours and you get to hang out and talk to people, meet with people, and have some fun. Why do you think many agents do not do events or seminars? There's many reasons. What do you think the top main reasons are that agents don't do either of them?
Lack of experience.
Lack of experience, thinking you have to have it to do it. Yep, we're gonna talk about that in a second. Don't let me forget.
Maybe the money that they have to invest.
Money you have to invest. Yep. We'll talk about that in a second as well, because you can do things for very, very little money for higher return. And then as you earn money, you can invest back into future seminars and in your future business. So money, experience, and there's one more. Time. And it's not because we don't have the time to host it. We can think about timing. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I could totally do this on, we have Kim Barton and her team are hosting a home buying event in May in this room on, I think it's like a Thursday night or something. We had Ebony Watson, one of our agents, host one of her very first home buying seminars with for families with children with disabilities. And it was right here on a Saturday. So we have the time. When I'm saying the word time, it's actually we overthink it. We don't schedule and we keep planning to plan. That's what I mean by time. Right? We think we have to put all this time in before we even host. Which you do not. So let's talk about these three things, right? So we talked about money, time, and experience. Okay, so let's go for experience first. I like that you said that. If you feel you don't have enough experience, you've never done one before, what can you do?
Partner up with someone?
Partner up with someone. So if you're doing a home buying seminar, who are the best people to partner with?
A lender?
Lender and Tim from title. It's amazing. Tim, yeah. Lender, title guy, they'll do the entire event for you. You're there to network. You just get to know people, meet people, and build relationships. If you're doing an event and you've never done an event before, what could you do? You just said it.
Partner.
Partner up with somebody. Do you know, even if that other person has never done one as well, partner with them. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about when you partner with someone, the lead distribution, because if you don't have something in writing, it could get sticky. And then next thing you know, there's a whole like he said, she said thing going on, and it can turn kind of ugly. So years ago, years and years and years ago, prior to getting real estate, I was a travel agent. I don't even know if Shake did this. So I was a travel agent for multiple years, and I used to do bridal shows. And never did an event before. Never did that type of event. But I was like, all right, I need business. I need business. Where am I going to find people who might want to travel or might have a need for travel? So I started doing all this Googling and everything. And it says, oh, travel agents should do bridal shows because they go on honeymoons. You can plan their honeymoon. I was like, oh, that sounds great. So I went, called the convention center for their June huge bridal show. I was like, you know, go big or go home, go to the biggest one, right? I didn't have all the money to put into it, so now let's go to expenses.
Great.
I did not have all the money that I needed to put into because that table for that weekend cost a lot. So I ended up partnering with two other people I knew who've also never done events. So number one, we split the cost. We chose different times of the day to be there, so we were not wait a minute, that's my person, I'm going to help them. That's my person, right? So we chose different times. But then we all showed up at the same time to set up together, so it was more fun, right? We all went shopping for the materials, like, oh my God, what color code, like, what's our color coordination? And what are we bringing? What do we need to make? What do we want to hand out? Do we want a flyer? Okay, so doing it with other people is a lot of fun. You just need to make sure you collaborate ahead of time on the lead distribution outcome. We had a big old bucket where people put in their names, phone numbers, and email addresses. We captured over 200 names, phone numbers, and email addresses. I'll tell you how in a second. If we didn't have something organized, what could have happened just then?
Fight would have broke out.
Oh, yeah, it would have been fun. Absolutely. It would have been like, no, I built a strong relationship with them. They're mine. I'm going to take them on their honeymoon. No, I connected with a husband. I'm going to help them with the honeymoon.
Great.
Yeah, I see that happen all the time with real estate agents. Is you partner with someone, you don't talk about it ahead of time. It's kind of like this like pink elephant in the room, right? And then the end of the day, you fight over the bucket of leads.
Great.
Right. So just make sure you collaborate with a plan. Questions on any of that before I move forward a little bit?
I'm sorry, I couldn't make it.
Okay, we're talking about events and seminars.
Look at this. In
Uh,
4 months,
If you go to kwlresources.com, additional resources, you'll have this beautiful booklet available for you, along with many others in there. So let's go through the steps in actually setting it up. Now, the very first thing, step one, choose your topic. Choose your topic, right? So if each of you said, okay, today is the end of April. Let's say all of you say, I want to do a seminar in June. First week of June. Let's say 6 weeks from now. Number one, is 6 weeks long enough to get something going and actually do it? Please say yes.
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 Yes. You don't need 5 months to plan. Another trap that agents fall into is planning to plan to plan. Okay. So choose when, but what do you want to do? Who's your audience? What do you want to start with? What's one thing you want to start with? So, Shank, if you were to do a seminar first week of June, what would you want to do?
Who's coming?
Who's the audience?
Set a date?
Yeah, choose. So you're choosing your topic and your audience, right? So how do you pick a topic to start with?
Within your sphere?
Could be within your sphere. It could be something you're passionate about. What is something you are truly passionate about?
Real estate.
Hmm?
Real estate.
You're investors.
Oh, understood.
So what if your first seminar is investing in wealth building? And you have resources in your back pocket who you could partner with, right? Austin and them to bring into it, but it's your seminar. One of the first ones, if you've never done a seminar, one of the first ones and one of the absolute easiest and fastest that you can get going in like 3 weeks if you really wanted to, is the home buying seminar. Get rid of the word new, you'll get more attendance. Home buying seminar. So choosing your audience, pick the topic.
I did one last month with a lender, but he did it was on via Zoom
Okay.
or whatever. Do you think the seminar is better like in person?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
100%, yeah. You can do it on Zoom. I know 2020, there were so many people doing that. That was the big thing, but it's harder to build a relationship with people and
Okay.
gain that connection
Okay.
through a
Okay.
camera.
Yeah, and then he did most of the talking. He said he handled everything. Is that why? I told myself, I feel like I need to at least do the intro or whatever, because they want to just focus on the finance and stuff, and he just brought in a piece that, the importance of a real estate agent as well. But how you feel about that?
Yeah, it's a great question. Most lenders will automatically do most of the talking because they
Okay.
think they have to. So this is where whoever you partner with, whether it is a fellow agent, whether it is a lender and title, whether it is an outside resource of somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe you do it as a seminar in estate sales. Again, seminar, it is, don't box yourself. There's so many ideas,
Yeah,
right?
give me a whole lot, just when you're talking. Yeah.
Right, yeah, right. So whoever you choose to partner with on it,
Okay.
sit down prior to,
And-
right? Like, hey, let's go to lunch. Let's plan this out.
Okay.
Let's grab some coffee. Let's plan this out. And then organize it. And you think about, this is your seminar. This is
Yeah.
yours. So think about like, okay, how do I want this to go? Do I want to introduce myself? Do I want to then introduce them? What do I want to say? What do I want them to want? What do I want them to share?
Yeah.
Right? So you collaborate ahead of time, because if not, that lender, that's very normal.
Yeah, it is.
The lenders are trained to
Okay.
host the home buying seminars for agents.
Okay, because I always feel like I'm there and they just want to like, oh, she's not even contributing anything. That's what I felt. But he said, no, I don't do the whole entire thing. So
Yeah, it is very normal. So if you don't set the tone,
okay, up front.
the lender will do that. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not because they don't
No.
want to contribute, it's because they are trained,
Okay.
most lenders are trained
To
to
do it. Okay.
do it, yeah.
Thank
That's a good question, thank you. All right, choose your event style, in person or virtual. So that was a great segue into this. It's 2020, people want connection these days. Okay, in person will always give you better results. It's always going to build stronger relationships. Right? Doesn't mean you can't do a virtual one. Or if you do an in-person one, you can maybe have hey, we're doing this in person on this day. If you can't tune in, we're going to have a second day on this time virtual.
Okay.
Why not do it twice? Right? Why limit yourself? Set the budget. Things about is, well, how do I do this? I don't have any money. I'm a new agent. I haven't made money yet to put into this. So here's the great thing about partnering with people. You split costs. Not to mention, if you do something in person with a lender or title, they typically bring the snacks and the food and the things like that, right? And then on your end, you're printing out materials, which that's not, you're not printing tons. So you're just printing a few things. That doesn't cost a lot. If you print it here, it's free, right? So setting your budget. Now, if you're doing an event versus seminar, that's going to be a different budget, right? Seminars are a little less money, depending on what location you have them. Events, depending on what type of event, who you're inviting, could be more. But you can always get sponsors for an event. You can always get somebody to help offset costs. So give you an example, one of our agents did a shredding event for their farm. They actually hired one of those like shredding trucks to come out right after tax season to their farm neighborhood they're farming, right? So they did flyers in the neighborhood, they reached out, they called the neighbors, they sent an invite. So all the neighbors got multiple touch points of when this event was going to be for an invitation. The agent lined up the shredded truck. Okay. And then the agent then to figure out the cost and everything, they wanted some food there as well, right? The agent, just it's nothing crazy. Then the agent reached out to their lender, they reached out to a home warranty person, they reached out to, think outside the box. You got painters, inspectors, stagers, home decorators, right? Roofers, landscape people. When you think of a house, what is, a great activity to do is probably exists somewhere, I just don't have it, but a great activity to do is take a piece of paper and think, okay, I live in a house. What are some things I might need in life while living in this house? Oh, I might need a painter. I might need a contractor. I might need kitchen work. I might need lawn work, a roofer, a gutter, air duct people. That's what I need right now. The list is long, right? Home warranty. Right? Anna Coleman and Maureen, our two home warranty people, they love doing events. They can't do all of them, right? They can't always say yes. But if you don't ask, what's the answer?
It's always gonna be no.
It's always going to be no, right? So when you think of an event, what type of event do you want to do? So think about this year. We still have half the year left. Is there an event you want to do this year? Maybe it is a fall fest with some pumpkin painting and some face painting and something kind of fun. You get like you go to a farm or you go to like a park, right? Maybe it is something around the holiday time and you bring in a Santa for pictures and you have like a hot chocolate station. And I went to one of those that an agent threw. It was awesome. It was the most simplified. It was, they had a friend who just had a really big backyard. And they said, can I use your backyard? So that was free. Then the cost was the rent a Santa for a few hours for the photos. And then they lined up this table tent area. So renting a tent costs a little bit, right? So they lined up this table tent area and they had this like make your own hot chocolate station, icing your own cookie station for the kids. I was like 5 years old. Hot chocolate, like it was wonderful. I was all up in there with the kids, yes. But I'm that height, so I just did right then. So don't limit your thinking. Don't say I can't do this until I'm super productive. You can. You just have to sit down and say, what would I want to do for my first one? Who can I partner with? Maybe it's a few agents. And then just plan it.
How does it work? The lender, people who come, they register with the lender and they register with the real estate. How does it work?
How does
when you come to the lender is also looking for client.
So here's the thing, Our business is buyers and sellers and investors.
Yeah.
The lender's client is the agent. You're the lender's client. Yes, the lender does work with buyers and sellers, but they have to have an agent.
Yes.
So we have the buyer and seller investor, the lender is there for us,
Okay.
right? What's great with a really amazing lender is that lender will also call on that entire list of people who signed up, who have their information on. So you're lead genning and they're lead genning the same people, right? And when they get that person, you're connected with them. Okay, so it's almost like they're like your ISA a little bit, which is awesome. Inside sales associate. All right, invite people. You can create an Eventbrite for free, right? Are you doing flyers? Or if I'm doing a home buying seminar, I am creating an invitation flyer and I am going to absolutely find every apartment complex I possibly can, rental complex I possibly can, because I'm going to plaster that place. Careful, you will get kicked out. They won't like you. Like the people who live there will like you. The people who own it won't like you, but that's okay. You can do mailings. You can do door knocking. You can do careful door knocking apartment complexes because technically you're not allowed.
Okay.
So you will get kicked out. But you know, you can always put them in the like the menus.
The question is, will I get arrested?
You know how yeah, like you don't touch mailboxes. That's federal offense. Do not touch a mailbox.
Yeah.
Okay, that you will get arrested. Mailboxes, no. Doors, yes. So you have the event.
Cannot partner up with USPS like to deliver.
Oh, I said, yeah, USPS website. You can actually go on there. You can put in an address, and then it will give you all the addresses around it. And you can say, I want to send a flyer to it, and it will tell you how much it will be ahead of time. And then it will say, print out this cover page, bring everything to USPS in like a rubber band, like almost like a bundle, exactly. And then you just hand it to them and they do it.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. USPS websites, it's wonderful because you can play with the numbers. So even before you commit to anything, you can see all the costs, right? Command, you can make a flyer, postcard, invitation, any of that, and Command will mail it that same day if it's done before 2 o'clock. Command will also mail it for you.
Yeah, and it would send it out via email, correct?
So you can do email,
And
you can do actual mailings through there,
okay.
right? So inviting people, right? Again, when you think of inviting people, don't limit your thinking. Notice the theme here. Don't limit your thinking. Don't say, well, I'm having a home buying seminar, so, you know, I own a house here, so all my neighbors probably own their house. I'm not going to invite them. Oh, guess what? What if they're thinking of selling and they need to buy again? Invite them. So invite your sphere, invite your database, invite all the people you know on social media, just invite. And whoever you partner with, lender, title, say, hey, do you have any databases that we can send the invite to as well? They have databases too. Ask them. They have people to invite as well. Okay, so there's invite and there's promote. Those are two different things. Inviting is, here's my target audiences that I want to make sure they get invited, and one invitation doesn't do it. Raise your hand if you ever hear of a class or something that happened here, but too late because you missed an email or missed something. All the time, right? One email does not cut it. Okay, one text message does not cut it. Your invites need to be consistent, right? And then as it gets closer, even more. And then promoting, that's the marketing, that's the branding of it, right? How are you going to promote it? Are you going to promote it through videos, through social media? How is your lender going to promote it if you're partnering with a lender? Again, depending on the event. If you are doing somebody here just did an event for teachers. So they're doing a special thing where like if you bought a house and like if you were a teacher, they do a give back thing. A percentage back to the age or to the teachers.
Okay,
So their audience was teachers. So they marketed to this agent has 2 kids, 1 elementary, 1 middle. So they marketed to the schools, right? All the teachers. They actually posted it at the school, right, at one of the schools. And so their invite went out to all the teachers, but all the marketing was going to not only the teachers, but who else? Yes. Right, all the parents. You got like this whole directory of parents, right, that you get from schools typically. So they blasted out to all the parents as well. So they hosted at the school, it's a home buying seminar. Catering it towards teachers, but inviting all the parents.
Like, if I go to nursing homes, like, I think I can ask them, that can I host the center there? Like the nursing homes, can I go for like therapy?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So you wanna, again, you can host anywhere. We have many people who rent, when I say rent, it doesn't cost money, but who book this space evenings and weekends. This room has been booked almost every Saturday the past like 2 months for things. Just know that if you want to book this, you need to send Lauren and myself an email ahead of time with a few days and times. We have to look at the calendar, make sure it's not taken already. We'll let you know within 48 hours, and then you have we have an agreement you have to sign saying you will clean it afterwards and take out the trash. So we don't have weekend trash people. Yeah, you can host them anywhere. Oh, a home buying seminar at a model home of a builder. So smart. And the builders, a lot of time will cover all the food costs for it. They're like, oh, we'll cater it. Why do you think a builder will do that? If you say, hey, I'd love to host a home buying seminar at your beautiful model home, why does the builder want that?
Client.
Yeah. More clients. All of a sudden they have 20 people in their model home at the exact same time.
What if that clients they just bypass us and then they go directly to the builder?
It might happen, but that's here's your verbiage right then and there. And so if all of you, I'm at a model home right now, and all of you are with me at that model home, and I am presenting to you, one of my first things I'm going to say to you is, I'm here to talk to you about home buying. Now we have to be a model home. We're going to tour it together as a group, right? Just know that anytime you do a new build, the builder is a seller. I will represent you as your buyer's agent because you want representation to protect you. If you go to a model home, so I'm going to tell them straight out, if you ever go to a builder or a model home without an agent, then you are not represented and you won't be able to be represented most of the time. So you don't have all the protection.
No need to go there.
Right? So I will say it straight up, right?
yeah.
All right,
What about church?
charge of what?
Doing it in a church.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Oh, 100%. Oh, so many agents do them in the church. Yeah, absolutely. In a church, in your church,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, here's the thing, there's no bad place to host a home buying seminar. Or a home seller seminar, or estate sale seminar, or wealth building seminar, or you can put tons of different things to the org. It's just choosing your first one you want to do and then doing it. Right? All right, moving forward, hosting the seminar. In this packet, I'm not going to go too much into detail, but there's a whole thing in this packet about hosting it. I will tell you this: when hosting a seminar, there's a few things that are crucial. Like star this, bullet point it, circle it. Okay, highlight it yellow. Number 1, plan ahead of time what you want to say, what you want the message to be, and who wants to say what if you have more people. Okay. Don't just go, oh, my seminar is Saturday. I guess I'll just say hi to everyone and see what questions they have, because you will have blank stares in the room. You're like, all right, guys, like, what question? People don't know what they don't know. Buyers, sellers, investors know nothing. We're the professionals. We could be brand spanking new as an agent, but we're still the professional. So have lined up. And my recommendation is have a bullet pointed sheet with you of your speaking points that you want to make sure you hit. Okay,
PowerPoint.
you could, if you're a PowerPoint person. I'm not a PowerPoint person. I may not have one today, just go through this, but if PowerPoints help you stay on track and you want to show things, absolutely. You also have to think about your setting though, because if you're in settings that don't have the setup for it, but you plan for it,
Yeah.
you'll show up and be like, oh, my stuff is on PowerPoint. I can't do a PowerPoint. So just be aware that you might walk into a setting, like we had somebody doing a seminar here one night. And it was like, no, it was on a Saturday. It was on a Saturday. They never came in ahead of time to have myself or anybody else show them how to hook up their computer. They never asked. You don't ask me, I'm not gonna help you, sorry. Cause I don't know. I don't need help. How am I gonna know, right? So So Saturday comes and they come in here, they're trying to set up, they can't figure it out. They have the whole slide thing ready to go. They couldn't get it going. I ended up seeing their text. What was he doing that morning? I was somewhere that morning where I didn't see their text till like an hour later. It was like an hour after they sent me the text, like 5 minutes before their thing was started.
Okay, wow.
And I didn't see it for an hour later. So I responded back like, hey, like, do you want to Zoom? Or, like, do you want to FaceTime right now? I can help you. And they're like, they didn't respond. So I figured they're in there,
Yeah.
right? So that they had to wing it without a PowerPoint. Just know that if you want to do a PowerPoint, great, plan for technology not working. So have your bullet points written out. All right, big thing about hosting seminars is planning, having the bullet points, having something ready to go, having a backup plan if something happens like technology doesn't work. Yesterday, the internet went down for a little bit. The other thing, and this is what I'm saying, to circle, highlight, and star. How are you going to capture people's information? You need name, phone number, email. Now, if you're doing an event, there's only one easiest way to do that. And you never do an event without this one thing. Angie did a great event last year. And she did this one thing. She remember? Have a giveaway. So gift basket. Every time I did a travel show, the reason I got 200 plus names, phone numbers, and email addresses is because I had a prize.
Okay.
And they had to fill out a little card. And it wasn't anything fancy. I literally, piece of paper, I printed out name, line, phone number, line, email, line. And then I copied them multiple times and then I cut them. So I had a stack next to, with tons of pens, next to this basket. And then I had this beautiful basket. Didn't cost a lot of money. Right? I went to like Target for almost everything except for the bottle of wine. And that bottle of wine was $12, right? So I had this beautiful basket that it said, enter to win. So all of the people filling out information, trying to win, but now what do I have? I have 200 plus potential leads. Every one of those individuals at some point in time wants to buy, sell, invest, or know somebody. Everyone, right? So you never have an event without a giveaway, ever. So if you are going to sign up for Town Festival, which we only have 4 slots left, make sure during your time, you have a 2-hour slot, make sure during that 2-hour slot, you bring some sort of giveaway with something for them to fill out to win it. Okay. Then what happens is when you get home that night, right? You can do it at the very end of the day if you wanted to, or that night you choose. You pick a name out, right? And then do a shout out on social media, or you can even go live on social media. Hey guys, I just did this festival about this, I'm picking the winner out right now. Right? Way to go. You know, way to go, Shank. You know, I'll be calling you with your gift. So now you're getting this people on social media like, What is this? I wonder, like, what are we talking about? You'll get all these likes and comments and activity. But now you have to call that person. Hey, congratulations. Oh my God, I picked your name, you won. So I need a separate time where we can meet up and I can give it to you. Do you want to like meet at like, where do you live? Okay, you live in the city, I'm in the county. We meet at this Starbucks tonight at 6, I drop it off. Do you think when you meet and give it to them, you might want to ask them a few questions?
Yeah.
What's a question you want to ask them?
I'm looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate.
Hey, do you currently rent your own?
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, any real estate goals you have or needs you have in the next year, I can help with. In the next year, don't say now,
Okay.
because if they have a need in December, they're not gonna tell you. Hey, do you have any real estate needs this year or next year that I can help with, or anybody that you know? It's very casual. Right? They're either gonna say yes or no, but you plant to the seed, that's what's important. Okay. Now you have this bucket of names and numbers. What do you do with it? Hint, step 6.
You put your database,
Oh, gold star right there. Where do you put it?
your database.
Okay, put them in your database, get them on a smart plan.
Yes.
Put them in the database, get them on a smart plan. Don't wait a year to do that.
Mhm.
Put them in, get them on. Okay, sit down and just do it. In like less than a week from that event. No matter how many you have. Or if it's exhausting, find a teenager or a middle schooler that you know and say, I'll pay you $25. Do this for me. They're like, ooh, money. Okay. So follow up. You have this whole collection. So whether you did a seminar, by the way, seminars, you don't typically, you could have a giveaway at a seminar. Yep, so you can. Seminars, though, are more intimate, right? We're here for about an hour or two together. We're talking, but prior to them coming in the room, right, or when entering the room, what should they fill out? A registration form, a attendance form, right? You should have something for them to fill out.
Do you intend to buy in 1 year, in 2 years, not a column to just?
Yeah, it can have a checklist. I love that. You can have checklist column, like looking to buy, what time frame you're looking to buy in 0 to 3 months, 3 to 6. Yep. There, by the way, if you go to Google and you type in home buying seminar sign-in sheet, there's so many already created. Just take one. Yes. Right. Etsy's great. Etsy is like a million different things you can like purchase off of there. I like the free stuff, so I go to Google. I'm like, ooh, template, copy. Right. Anything I can do for free, I'll find. But the follow-up. Here's the thing. If you are not following up that week, by the way, if you have a seminar, your seminars are not, you're not getting hundreds of people at your seminar. I'm sorry. If you do, please come let me know how, so you can teach a class and teach me. Okay. But you are, whether you have 5, 10, 20, right? When should your follow-up be? So we're having a seminar right now. I captured all your information on this beautiful sheet. Okay. When should your follow-up be?
Same day,
That's the-
within 24 hours, 40 hours.
Same day within 24 hours, next day. So both of you are correct. Same day within 24 hours, next day. Within 24 hours. And it's thanking them. It's thanking them and following up. Because if they are going to your home buying seminar, do you think they're going to other agents? Absolutely. You're not the only one, sorry. Kind of like an open house. You're not the only open house that captured their information. 2 other agents got their information that same day. So whoever gets them first wins. There is no secret to that success. It's whoever follows up first and gets them on the phone wins. So it is always open house, seminars, all that. It is, oh my God. Therese, thank you so much for attending the home buying seminar yesterday. I'd love to hear, like, what did you get out of it? Any other questions that might have popped up from yesterday to today that you have? But she'll be like, no, it was great, loved it. Good, thanks so much. She might even say, I'm not really ready yet, but that was a lot of good information. So, well, I really appreciate you showing up. Like, when you are ready to buy, what are you looking for? I need to engage in a conversation. I need to capture something. Like, we're putting on the detective hat. So seminars, your follow-up is in 24 hours max. Open houses, your follow-up is in 24 hours max. Events are a little bit different. Because events, they're putting their names and numbers in. Now, if you actually connect and talk to people, make a note of those names and numbers, because those you do want to follow up with quickly, 24 hours. But for all those people who are entering to win something, you want to start calling them that week, and depending on how many you have, so let's say you get 100, right? Maybe it's like, okay, I'm going to add 20 to my database, call the 20, add 20 to my database, call the 20. Now, dialing 20 doesn't mean 20 are answering. You can, if nobody answers, you should be able to dial 50 numbers minimum in 2 hours. 25 numbers per hour. Okay. So 20 a day is like, and if nobody answers out of those 20, you're looking at, if you're leaving voice messages, so you're probably looking at 20 with a voice message, 40 minutes out of your time. Max. Now, if somebody answers, you can engage in conversation, obviously a little bit longer. That's what we want, right? So for the event, your follow-up is 20 goes in the database, I'm going to call the 20. 20 goes in the database, I'm going to call the 20. Questions on the follow-up? Any aha moments in that follow-up moment just now? The conversation? Any light bulbs?
Yes,
Yes, what was it?
follow up in 24 hours with them.
Perfect, I love that.
That script, like how to follow up, like, and then do the.
Thanking them and getting more information, absolutely. Absolutely, right? Remind them who you are, remind them where they saw you, right? Especially if you're at the town festival next weekend and you're doing the table, they walked around so many tables and they had drinks and they are having fun. Sorry, they are not remembering who you are. So when you call them, oh my God, thank you so much for, I love that you attended the town festival. It was great meeting you. I was the one who was at that booth with the big pop-up banner, which, by the way, will be a pop-up banner, with a big pop-up banner. It says Keller Williams, real estate agent. Just calling to say, great to meet you. Somebody else did win this prize, but there will be more events, more prizes in the future, right? Like something kind of fun, right? You don't want them thinking you're calling them because they were the one, they were the one winner. And then finally, prospect to market between events. So again, this just goes back to one of the easiest ways to lead generate, the easiest conversation to have. What do you guys think it might be? So I give all of you 50 phone numbers right now, and you have to call 50. What would be the easiest conversation to have?
Is it the forward one?
Oh, so it could be forward. Actually, I love that. I wasn't even thinking that, right? Family, occupation, recreation, dreams, right? So getting to know a person naturally, genuinely. Love that. Didn't even think about that. It's actually, what I'm thinking of though is calling to invite them to something. Right? So when you have an event or a seminar coming up, right? So let's say that one of you takes one of the table slots for next weekend at Town Festival. This entire week, right? So let's say you sign up today, starting today, all the way up to the day before. Number one, you should post on social media, right? Hey, come visit me at blah, blah, blah. Come stop by and say hi, enter to win for a prize. But then your phone calls to everybody in your phone, anybody anybody you have a phone number of, is, Hey Denise, it's Alana. Oh my God, listen, I'm just calling to invite you. I don't know, do you have any plans for next weekend? Okay, so Towson Town Festival's going on. Super fun event, lots of, I don't know, lots of booze, lots of food, lots of activities. I'm actually gonna have a table there. I'll be at, the table will be there the whole day, but I will only be at the table from 3 to 5. Would love it if you were at the festival, if you stop by and say hi.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Let's invite her or something. I'm not even talking about real estate. Now, she might say, what's the table for? And now what do I get to talk about? Oh, yeah. Now I'm talking about real estate. Oh, everything we do is a setup, right? You ever go to somebody and you meet a stranger, what's one of the first questions we always ask strangers? Like, we're at a networking event, what's the first question we always ask?
Do you rent? Do you own?
Okay, so I love that, that's correct. But typically, like, we're at a.
I'm a real estate agent. Listen, do you rent or you own?
It goes right in.
I'm going for the kill.
Yeah. You're hiring me, like, they're not
I
giving you-
own. I said, okay, I have your email. I will give you the information about your area. You know?
So I love that. Not everybody's as direct, but that is fantastic. Is it typically, oh, hey, yeah, I'm Alana, so great to meet you. So what do you do? Don't we typically ask people what they do?
I don't, but I'll try to switch it up.
Or maybe like, oh, like, if we don't ask what they do, we're usually asking something about them.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you like, do you live around here? Are you from around this? Are you from Maryland? Okay, so usually there's a question that we ask somebody we don't know
Yeah.
to get to know them. Typically, when they in the get to know you stage, they will in turn respond to ask you questions. And it's almost always the same types of questions to get to know us. And we should always be leading. I don't care what you have going outside of here and all your other jobs and all that. We should always be leading with, oh, yeah, I'm a local real estate agent. Yeah. Buyers, sellers, investors, do it all. Super fun. Love it. So just plant the seed, right? And then we just summon our inner Therese and be really, really direct and just say it. I love that. I love that. All right. Was this helpful?
Yeah.
All right. So again, kwlresources.com. If you scroll on the left-hand side, you'll see additional resources, and that's where this playbook lives. So feel free to go in there, take it, copy it, download it, print it, whatever you want to do. There's a bunch of other ones in there as well. Any questions? Let me know. And again, there's only 4 more slots left for the entire weekend for Towson Town Festival. I don't. You have to go. If you log in, it will show you which ones are available. I will tell you that an email is going out today. A text is going out today about it. So if you're like, well, let me think about it. Let me check with the family this weekend. Those 4 will most likely be gone by tonight. So.
Where did you say we find the book? The handout?
Yep, if you go to, I'll put in the chat box here. So if you go to kwlresources.com. I'll share with you what that looks like. So when you go to the resource page, it will start with basic information, and you'll have a bunch of things on the left. And if you scroll down and click on additional,
Oh,
you have conversations, time management,
oh, okay.
bunch of playbooks in there, and there's the seminar.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, everybody, have a great day. Reach out if you need anything.
Thank you.
Bye.